Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel, Huub Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we will talk about a beautiful topic, a beautiful subject, and that is dynamic. Yeah, dynamic in music, in our playing, an awareness of dynamic and some thoughts about that. And there's also a PDF you should download actually, just go down in the description below, there's a link to download the PDF. There are some informations, of course, which I'm not talking about, but the PDF is, of course, also like a support of this channel. So you're supporting this channel to make the whole thing go on, and that would be really cool. Thanks. All right. So dynamic. Just the Greek word dynamis, actually, it's coming from like power or force, and it's in. You can just explain this. Okay, you have a mass, and this mass is your string, and depending on how much force, how much power you put on that string with your pick, with your plectrum, the louder this whole thing gets. So this is like the how they correlate these two things, like power and volume. The dynamic in music. Actually, I've got this thinking or this approach from a book from Jon Damian. He is a professor, a guitar teacher at Berklee College of Music, and he was also like also a teacher for some time of Bill Frisell. And he wrote a book, The Art of Composing or something, and improvising, I'm not sure, just Google it. And in that book, he's also talking about the dynamic. And he, in a way, he gives this dynamic a sort of kind of like the dimension of, in the three-dimensional space, how far something is away from you or how near it is. So the more near it gets, the louder it will become, and the more far it gets, the more less and less audible it will be. So in a way you can think about being loud or soft also like as a like depth in music. So to be more in that more far away or more near. So that's one thing you can be aware of while exploring a bit more about dynamic. And another thing I found, I think in Wikipedia, in the internet, there was this description of or this analogy of these different like pianissimo, mezzo, piano, and this thing compared to a voice. So that like a pianissimo is like a whispering, and like pianissimo is like almost a whisper, and piano is like softer than the speaking voice. And that's also some and it goes on. It's all on the PDF here. I have the PDF in front of me, and this is actually like interesting to think about that, to find like associations. That there's a whole like thing like loud and soft is maybe less abstract, and the more association you have, the more you can also be creative and think in different directions and have different other ideas besides just loud and soft. And this terminology, I mean also like these added words, molto, meno, and sempre, and these transitions also getting louder, like crescendo, and getting softer, decrescendo or diminuendo, and everything, like all these Italian words you also have in the PDF. So I mean, you can just Google it. It's just a common standard knowledge, or you find it like everywhere. But I thought it would be good to also have that in in some like PDF here on dynamic to also have these Italian descriptive words, because they are like really commonly used, and that's the kind of vocabulary you always deal with. So it's good to at least have this place here also where you can look it up if you have any question. All right, so there's also more stuff what you can do, how you can explore the dynamic and everything. I do not really want to go too much into the PDF what's written there, because it's written there anyway, and you should download it. You should support this channel. I'm more. I would like to actually more demonstrate this kind of this art of dynamic playing, so to speak, because for me, dynamic is thinking like louder and softer and play with this play with that is really inspiring. Actually, it really when I'm in the moment I'm thinking more like dynamic, and I'm creating this near and more far, or more distant, or more whispering, or more louder, or have this kind of a conversation of something loud and always alternating between soft and loud, and this kind of thing is really for me is really inspiring. It's really important actually, and that's also it's also maybe a reason why I enjoy also like this solo playing a lot, because there, when I play solo, there's nothing I have to get over to be heard, you know. I mean, like drums and bass, if that's already there, you have to already start with kind of a very I mean with a kind of volume which is definitely not pianissimo or pianissimo, because that would never be heard in that context. So in solo playing, you have actually the whole scale of very loud and very soft, and that's really something really cool, and that's something also to really go for when playing solo, I think, because you can really create this this depth, and that's really nice. And also you can also say like what Migurrik said. This is like a quote here also on this PDF. Notes are clever ways to connect one silence to the next. So that actually the whole thing is a little bit about like silence. You know, silence is like the origin, yeah, of every note. Everything comes out of the silence and will go back to silence. Yeah, it's like in a way it's like life. You know, it's a birth, and it's a life, and then it's the death. You know, and it's always going back to sort of nothing, or like it's the idea of having a blank canvas, and you're an artist, you're a painter, and you paint a picture on this blank canvas. So you start with nothing in a way, but this nothing is also something, and nothingness and nothing and silence has actually like a real, also like a deeper spiritual aspect. So that's something you can be really aware of, and when you play, you can also think about always to have this aspect of silence, to be aware of silence, and also sometimes to really create silence, which is really deep and meaningful, especially when you play live, and you create this moment of there is nothing, it can be so intense, you know. And I read this quote a little bit like that of Migurrik, like one silence is notes are clever ways to connect one silence to the next, because actually maybe you can say at the end it's all about silence, because you can also measure the content or the meaning of something played or said by the profoundness, or by the quality the silence has which follows. So this is kind of a feedback here. All right, so anyway, I have to have a coffee. Okay, so what I want to do actually, I just want to demonstrate this dynamic playing a bit, and play around with maybe I pick this E minor tonality, and then I play a bit, and maybe I have some more ideas to share with you. Okay, this could go on for a long time, maybe. This is really like you hear, like maybe you should also listen to that again, and you just listen to the dynamic. Just listen to how some notes are really soft, almost hidden, like ghost note kind of thing, and then some notes are really strong. There's also sometimes a real contrast of loud and very soft, and of course, it's also about which notes you emphasize. Yeah, so I can think like, okay, I do like this F sharp here. That is kind of an idea. I have this F sharp, and I play something, and then I go to G, and I can do in between. I can do a lot of stuff with a like a much lower volume. It's like I can really have yeah, this atmosphere maybe of this B dominant 7 sound, and then this atmosphere of E. I can show this, but I have a sort of like a skeleton or like core pillars of melody, which really are like very strong. It's going F sharp is going to G, and that's my structure, or my building. I mean, just the core like pillars, and everything else is just around that, you know, like. Yeah, so it's like I play a certain loudness. I play in a certain expressive way. I play these louder corpular melody notes, and then I play some softer stuff following. And then when I come to the same intensity again with a different note, you hear this, that they actually belong together, that there is a story which goes on. You know, that's maybe the whole thing, that you in a way I'm structuring this for the listener to really understand that I want to tell this story. That's the main plot, and then it goes here, and in between there are some other things, like the weather and the colors, or the it's night or day, or how many other people are in the room, or whatever, you know. These kind of things, and so the main plot and the side stories and this kind of a thing. So it's it's also if that's actually I could speak a lot now, but also one thing I found out for like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I discovered for myself the fun or the depth of playing soft. Like to play soft and at the same time have these go for this intensity. So creating intensity with playing soft. This was quite interesting for me, because I in a way I felt like I always have to work very hard to make something expressive, and then to find out that actually like doing less and less can let me actually to something where I do not really have to work, but I can just enjoy. So you know, just doing like this, for example. To be in tune, otherwise the intensity is a bit damaged. Okay, so I just play E and E. And what I can do now is to play like some notes, or this E, or to play with dynamic, just a little bit. So, for example. really feel I really go now in a different world, in a different different space or something like that. It's really yeah, it's really interesting in a way. Okay, what can I tell you more here about the whole thing? Actually, it's also a lot about sound, you know. I mean, to play soft, but it's not just about soft, because softness also has like a timbre, you know, some kind of a sound, kind of a quality. So also, like just little little changes of your pick or the way you which movements you use with your right hand, and you can have a lot of like nuances of sound there, especially also when it's like soft, you know, like. And when I'm playing around with that, when I'm listening to the nuances, and when I listen for this dynamic, and when I also go when I'm connected more with a more silent or soft way of playing, then I have the feeling I can really mold the music in a way that it's I have the impression music is just everywhere, and it's it's like this miniature of a universe. You play one note and it's a little bit louder, so it's there, and you have to deal with that in everything what comes next. It's a little bit like painting. When you have a white canvas and you make one line on that, then the next line should be related to that somehow. And that's the tricky part, the difficult part. It's not to draw one line, but to deal with that, and then to have a second line there. Then the whole thing becomes art, you know, because you understand this line, you understand that it's or like, let's go back to the music, that you have this note which is like the tonic pitch where all gravitates to. So you play another note which creates more tension, and you have to resolve, or you have to use it in this more tense way, or approach it differently. There are a lot of decision making, a lot of decisions you can do when you improvise in music, but for me, this is maybe more spiritual side of the process of the whole thing, to really think about, okay, I always have to deal with a kind of intact universe. When the universe is intact, then it's beautiful. It's like it's in a way like stable, or it's just intact. It's just working, you know. And I hear, so when I hear like sometimes music, then I can really detect that it's really like melodies which are going nowhere, where like there's some nice motive, but it's forgotten immediately, and there's the next motive, and there's just rhythm, and then the next rhythm, and you are like you feel like, okay, this is like a collection, in a way, a collection of interesting, maybe virtuos, quick or whatever, difficult stuff, but it's not like a story, or like a complete thing here happening. And that's also the thing when I compose. It's the same thing where I'm striving for, actually. I play something, and then I'm thinking, I'm listening to that, and I'm thinking, okay, where does this want to go? And my feeling, my approach, what I'm thinking maybe more in a spiritual way, that there are just maybe a few solutions to that. That it's a little bit like, you know, our universe. We have all these different planets, and the way that the whole thing is a kind of in a kind of a balance really has to do with a like with a size, with a mass, and with the speed and the distance they are circling around the sun. If you just take one planet, and I mean I'm not really into that subject, but I think definitely that it's like that. When you take the same planet and you just put it like much more further away from the sun, but keep everything the same, like the speed and the mass and everything, then this will maybe completely lose its way around the sun, or it will be very, very different, or it will just gravitate away from our universe. I don't know. I mean, it's just like it's in a way this idea: you change one thing, then the whole thing breaks apart. Yeah, and to find the right the right note choice, the right dynamics, the right timbre, the right sound, and everything, that it's intact and that it's working. It's like it's not only some like creativity, just you do something and then you can do whatever you want. No, actually, I see it. It's different. I see it differently. I see really like there's either you take this serious or not. If you don't take it serious, you can do anything. But if you take it serious, then there are just certain things they are good and they are allowed and they are working, and other things not. And this is something you can really listen for. And I really know this immediately. If I play something and I play like some notes and then I play another note, I know that this note wasn't really connected now, or was maybe too loud just a little bit, or it was maybe a bit wrong. It should be another note or whatever. I mean, without anybody noticing that, I noticed that in a way this whole universe is a bit like, whoa, in a difficult state, so to speak. I mean, so the idea is, my philosophy is really to think about that and really think, is this working or isn't it working? So for example, when I maybe let's go to the dynamic. For example, when I do like yeah, and if I play the same thing and I do like it's not working anymore like before. If I play also this, if I play this loud, if I play it more soft, it creates a complete different world then. The right choice, the right one, the intact universe. So dynamic, of course, as we started this lesson, dynamis, like Greek, force, power, is a huge topic, and it has really a significant importance in this whole universe, gravitational forces and the balance of nodes and everything. It's really a very important topic there. I hope I could get your like fascination for this topic, for this world of sound, what's actually what we are dealing with here. And yeah, so that's it actually for the lesson. And just there are also some exercise or some ways to explore the dynamic just on the PDF. And yeah, so that's it. I think it was a good lesson. I felt. All right. If you like these lessons here on Guitar Academia, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also click the bell button. There you get notifications if a new video will be released, and that's the case actually every week. And also you can donate. You can follow the link down in the description below to my website, hupildenbrand.com. There on the Guitar Academia side, just follow the link. There you find a button where you can donate. So to support this channel, to support my work here, and that the whole thing will go on, because there's still a lot of material, a lot of topics to cover, which I really want to share with you. All right, so thanks for watching. My name is Huub Hildenbrand.